Hey guys, Junior's here. I'm not doing too much. But we are, see if I can get that light out of there. We are doing the basically giveaway collection Q&A slash drawing for our winner and or our two winners, and yeah, going from there. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna try and click this light so we don't have all that stuff. And I'm wearing comfy pants, so don't worry about that. Whew, that should be better. There we go. So, yes. Anyway, that is what we're doing is the Q&A and all of our drawing. I'm pretty sure I got everybody's name, everything, almost every question, unless it was a dip, because some people asked me questions every time I mentioned it. And so I went in and kind of sift through their questions if some of them were the same. You know, so we're putting it in this, I don't know how you say it, purloin. It's like I guess the little like stuff you put in your coffee. It's not a straw, so I don't know. But yeah, and then we have all these little things here that for everybody that entered. So we'll do that, and I'll add the names in there. That way you guys can see that everybody's in there, and then go from there. So I expect to have these out to you guys maybe like mid-January, late January, hopefully early February, because as you guys know, I got a bunch of stuff from Right Stuff that I'm gonna, well, that is already in the 2 boxes that I'm sending out, and I also have some stuff that is coming in from a giveaway I won from Elios, supposedly. I don't know. I was tired when I watched the video, so I was like, I won? Oh man. So we do have that as well. I already told Elios, if he sends me any of the extra ones that I already have, that I would just include it in my giveaway. His contribution, just like Lindsay Tutt's contribution to it when I won her giveaway and stuff. And then, after I know the winners, I'm going to try and cater the box to you a little more, throw some more stuff in there. If you like pops, try and throw a pop in there for you, or a little action figure, or maybe if I can find like an anime video game for you. Like right now I'm playing the Digimon games, the Cyber Squad or Cyber Collectors or whatever it is. So, and yeah, and then don't worry about my thumbnail for this right now. I'm going to change it up. I don't know where that is. I know you guys are sending stuff back to me, but I'm not seeing it. So let me see. I'm going to throw something up there because it's asking me a question, but I don't think it's going to let me do it. I might just have to use my phone for that part as well. We'll just put my phone over here. It'll work. I can still see you guys. But yeah. So let's get into it. Just got a text from Elios that I'm Elios's cat Happy's biggest fan, because Elios or Happy's sitting there watching the live stream. But yeah, so What's up with all y'all, all three of y'all? It was a vibration on my phone when Elias texted me. But yeah, let's get into this. We got a lot of good people, a lot of new manga tubers and stuff that jumped in on this. Ones that we need to give more shout outs to, like my first person, especially because you're in here, Junebug. So if you guys haven't subscribed to Junebug, I think you should head over there. Junebug hasn't put out that many videos yet, but I'm sure she will. She will. You just wait. I'm sure she'll have a whole mountain of them, especially now that we're in 2019. And Flip Otaku. So, anyway, Junebug, I don't know if you guys can see this or not. Maybe not because of the light. Let me see if I can cover it up. Somehow, let's see. Does it work? I think my writing's too small. There you go. So, Junebug is our number one on there. Putting your name in here. And we had a lot of questions, guys. Amaskio J, I'm gonna have to cut a deal with whoever gets the Ajin volume in their box, and ask them if I can replace it with something for whatever, so I can give the Ajin volume to Amaskio J. Just saying. Okay, so starting out, and I liked you guys that asked me 5 questions because they were really good 5 questions. And then I had some people ask me like 20 something questions and they were just random off the wall. I was like, I had one person ask me 20 questions that until they got to about their 18th question, it was all really good questions until I got to that. And then it was like, does this give me better odds? And I was like, no. So anyway, the first one is, out of all the videos you have uploaded, which one did you enjoy making the most? Not the collection videos. I will definitely tell you that. The collection videos were a pain in the butt because I'm like 6'3". So if I on the bottom parts of the shelves when I had to lay down to get to them, I think in like video 2 or something, I almost take up half the room. So I had to do that, and I had to scrunch up, and I had to like push my feet so I could slide just a little bit of wiggle room. It was a pain in the butt, big pain in the butt. What's up, Dankaroni? But yeah, I'll make a deal with somebody so that I can get a Maschio J that volume. But yeah, so my favorite video though that I probably made, probably my sandwich videos. I call it the sandwich method. I've done 2. The first one is basically for reading, ways to read basically like 5 series at once, and it was to help you where you wouldn't get burnt out reading manga. And it also basically like tested you at the same point. It was like one of my first videos. I think I've redone videos on that probably like 3 times. And then Amaskio J actually helped me. We were talking about buying manga one time, and I was like, well, you could use this for the same thing. So me and Amaskio J talked about it for a little while, and we actually did the sandwich method where it was basically to help you buy manga if you were trying to extend your collection, do different things like that, and have an easier time about doing it. So really good stuff with that. But whatever, get out of here, Masco J. I have to use like Heart of the Cards and change Evil Snorlax to my side. Okay. So number 2. Oh, you, my brother. You're such a goober. Coco is my brother, so give my brother a shout out, guys. Say hey to him. Okay, so number two, if all your manga was suddenly destroyed, would you rage quit or would you start all over collecting from scratch? I would probably rage quit, um, but I would probably just go with like where I could buy my manga volumes like online or something, um, something like that. That way, you know, it would be harder to actually destroy them if they were all just like data. But I actually asked somebody else a question like this. I think it was me and Bizarre Individual, and you know, post this not on this video, but on a different video, maybe down below, or come up with your own video about it. But what you would think our community would do. I brought it up to Bizarre. There was um, somebody months ago, probably 6 months ago, had like $2,000 worth of Legos stolen, and you know they were like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this anymore. I know I'm not going to be able to buy that back. It's not going to, it basically like ruined their life. And I asked Bizarre Individual, I was like, so do you think our community would come together and basically like if somebody's collection like got burnt to the ground or stolen or something, would our community come together and everybody kind of donate into it? Even if it was just like, obviously we wouldn't be able to get back everything for a collection, but would you, um, send somebody like a couple volumes or something like that, trying to help them get started back on that foot? So I don't know how we concluded on that because it was just weird and all over the place. So, but I feel like our community would probably help somebody get, at least a handful of their stuff back, in some way or another, either somebody buying them and sending them like a series or just extra volumes of stuff. It might not even be the same books, but to help them out. So, um, if two manga characters from a different universes could meet, who would you pick and what would their interactions be like? I really like this question because I kind of thought of the whole if you could invite three people from history to a dinner party, who would you invite? So I really like this one. That's what it reminded me of. Um, with this one, I don't know because there's a lot of good ones, but then I'm kind of like, would they try and like get in a fight or something like that? That would kind of suck. But um, probably L from Death Note just to like hear some of it. Hopefully, he would let you know some of his other stuff. And um, um, I had it probably like Ida from My Hero Academia. I feel like both of them are really smart, and you could have a really good conversation with them, and you might be able to make the world a better place with bigger technology and you know learn having a better like brain system to fight crime, I guess. So yes, I believe I did see what Samuel Trejo sent you. Okay, so if you could swap any manga artist art style with another manga, who would you swap and why? Um, with this, I would probably swap probably like one of the ones that I feel are kind of weird. Um, just for like a better like situation, I guess. Um, I really like the art style for like Naruto and One Piece. They were all kind of taught by the same person. Um, and I think that that would probably be cool with um, maybe like a shojo, um, having like an action pack kind of thing, and then figuring out like how that would go and all that. So, what's up, Flip Otaku? You missed your shout out earlier, but I guess I guess you can have a second one. I don't. I play Smite, the one with the gods. That would be pretty good too. It would be really weird. What's up, Evol Knives? We're getting there. Let's see. But yeah, something like that, action packed, or whatever. So, number five, has a manga ever reduced you to tears? If so, which one? Um, yes. Um, when I finally got to the end of Bakuman, about the writing and stuff, the underlying love story in it, was like really emotional. It's so like emotional and so full of information. I actually had to take like 4 breaks from reading it because there's so much information in it to absorb. And I ended up going into it and doing that. And the I finished it Christmas maybe 4 or 5 years ago on Christmas Day, and it was just so emotional because you knew these characters basically made a promise to each other that they weren't going to see or talk to each other, except through text message. You know, and it was a really slow romance. I think you got up to like volume 13 before they even like kissed. The guy went to the hospital one time, and the girl came to see him when they weren't supposed to do that. So just everything, and for them to get married, and I mean everything, it was just kind of like a big emotional roller coaster. But I mean, it was great. So that's probably the one, just from 20 books. I mean, that's more than enough to get you vested into liking something or another. So, um, I mean, it was great. So that's probably one of them that's made me cry like that. A couple other ones. I'll just throw them in there for you. Um, Kind of the dad ones. Sweetness and Lightning, Yatsuba, both of those have kind of made me do that at different points. Just well, I don't know if all you guys know it or not. Maskio J knows it, and of course my brother knows it. But I have a child too, and so sometimes when I see something like that, I'm kind of like, am I doing the best at being a father that I can, and stuff like that. So some of that stuff gets to me too. So, but those ones are kind of set up to do that. Let's see. Alrighty, and we put your tab already in there. Right, there you go. Flip Otaku, Otaku Mike, King Graves. Dad's leading the revolt. I'm actually looking for a job right now. Um, I got let go when back in November. So, um, but yeah, I mean, working where I did, all like your holiday time and whatever. If you had it built up and didn't take it, then you got some stuff back. So sure, Elias, especially since it's happy. So, but yes, and then I have 3 dogs. Since we finally hit 350, there will be another video at some point with me doing that. Not everybody knows that. Whenever I hit a goal like a hundred or 200, 300, 400, 500, all that, I usually do a Q&A. Anytime I hit a 50 in between all those, like 150, 250, 350, I incorporate something that's in my life into it. So 250 was what all my tattoos mean, why I got them, stuff like that. So 350 is actually my dogs, where I got their names, why I picked them, stuff like that. So that should be coming soon too. Stay tuned. Okay. And on to David. I think it's supposed to be said virtual, but it Vertal. Um, Let me see. There we go. So if we can get this, there we go. And we'll just throw that back in there. There we go. All right. So, why did I start collecting manga? Um, it was just fun. I started collecting manga. One of my friends got me into it. I always tell people there's two stories. There's one that I did with Lohali, how I got into everything. On there, I basically got like a volume of Shonen Jump when I was younger. Didn't know about it. Years later, I ended up picking it up and reading it and really getting into it. And then the other one is in middle school. I had some friends that were into like Inuyasha and Get Backers and stuff, and had manga. And I didn't really know too much about it. I knew about anime, and so I watched anime, but I didn't really read manga or anything. And ended up getting into it, and then it was all downhill from there, I like to say. So, um, but yeah, why I started collecting it. I mean, it was just fun. It was fun reading all the stories. It was fun knowing all the different stuff. And I mean, from there, it's just kind of grown, enjoying stories, um, having all the different kinds. That's probably why I get so many different ones and why I get so much, is because I just like enjoying them. That's good to know. Um, do you prefer shonen or seinen series? Um, on this, I would probably have to say I'm pretty split, because I like the seinen. It's more interactive with you. It's more interactive with your brain and everything. But with I have to say that I'm probably going to pick shonen. I feel like when you're reading shonen, you can sit down with most of them, like with One Piece or Fairy Tale, or basically the ones that have like 60 volumes, except for Case Closed. That's going to be the only one. I'm just thinking of the one shelf that I have in that room that has all those volumes on it. Naruto, Bleach, those ones with the fight scenes and all the other stuff. It it's pleasing to basically for your mind to get through them fast, and so I would have to probably say that because it's easier to get through them instead of words. So, thoughts on Platinum In? Platinum In, I really like it. I feel like it's more of what Death Note could have been, since Death Note is considered a shonen. I'm pretty sure that even though they kind of still consider it, there's a couple of controversial scenes in there, and I would probably say that one's closer to a seinen. But I mean, I like it. I really like Platinum In. Almost everything that they've come out with, Oba and all them, um, are just fantastic. So they're definitely one of my favorite favorite duos between both of them. Um, do you follow any list or roadmap in your collection? Yes and no. The list that I do follow is usually my pre-order list for what's coming out. Usually, I'll look and I'll wait for it to get over $50 on a pre-order or something like that. Or if I have a coupon, I'll just let it build up a little bit from Right Stuff and order. But as far as like reading, right now I have basically what I call my TBR shelves, which is stuff I haven't started at all. And I have my current TBR, which is everything that's like trying to get up to date with, or I started the series, but I haven't finished the series. So that's kind of where part of my roadmap is for that. There you go. Haven't read Vinland Saga yet, but I need to get into it. It's on one. I haven't started yet, so it's still on my current, or it's on my TBR shelves. It's not in my current TBR, so I hope to get through that soon. But I know there's a couple of them I'm going to pull out because different people are doing reading challenges or something like that with series that I haven't started yet. So I'm going to try and get into those with series that I haven't read yet. So, did you collect anything else before manga? Yes, I collected different card games. Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, but the big ones that I really liked were the oddballs. Um, I collected like the Inuyasha cards and um, the Digimon cards. Like I collected a bunch of different kinds of cards and like miniatures and stuff. I still have a bunch of the little Digimon miniatures and stuff. Um, so hopefully I'll be able to show you guys something like that where I have all those miniatures because I usually enjoy having old stuff that I had that I played with as a kid actually as like advertisement on the shelves as well. Monster Rancher, stuff like that. Oh goodness. Some of the art I saw somebody do some of the art that they had yesterday. I guess there's cards that are combiner cards. I don't know what they called them, but it's got like two Pokemon on it. They showed one with Snorlax and Eevee on it together. It's like a duo card or something. And I was like, I really like that artwork. So those would probably be some of the cards I would want, even though I would probably only keep them for the artwork instead of actually playing the game or anything like that. Um, let's see. Fifth question: what is your favorite manga publisher? Um, Honestly, right now, I would probably have to give it to Yin Press. Yin Press has a bunch of the great manga that I enjoy, a bunch of the dungeon crawly stuff. Um, it seems like that's what they have focused on, at least for me. And I mean, I like those dungeon crawly stuff or psychological. Those are my favorites, but psychological is kind of all over the place. Yin Press kind of just sticks to dungeon crawly. I mean, they have other stuff too, but I feel like that's the ones that they really stick to. So I really enjoy those. Right. Flipping the page. All right. Let me get into this. Amaskio J, bizarre individual, is calling me. If you're going to ask me what that is. So the next one is Night Dweller. Let's see if we can get this to focus. There we go. Night Dweller. Favorite mangaka. My favorite of the favorites for mangaka. Um. Oh yeah, I had Yu Yu Hakusho too. Um. Favorite mangaka. I really don't have one of those. If I had to though, I would probably have to say it was maybe. Maybe does they do Tales of Wedding Rings and To the Abandoned Sacred Beast. I would have to say that, or I have some volumes over here on the side, so I'm like looking at those two. Or Okayado. I think that's how it said. Okayado. They do the Monster Musume and the 12 Beast and Mama Mama and some other stuff. They mostly focus on like the Monster Girl stuff, but I mean, the stories are really good. So I don't feel like they've ever overlapped. Especially writing all three of those at once is kind of crazy. So I would probably say that just for the effort of them being able to sustain and do that all together. So, what series do you want to see get a box set? Honestly, I would like to see Suikoden 3 get a box set. Because I want to see more people read that. A lot of people tell me, yeah, it's really cheap on Right Stuff to get, but you can't order I think volume 7 from them because they don't have it. But it's my number one on my favorite manga list. Um, but we'll talk about more about that one later. I don't want to get too much into it because I know that one's a question in here. Um, any other hobbies? Um, I collect pops. I play video games. Watch anime sometimes, cartoons, TV shows. A lot of different stuff like that. Puzzles. We do that sometimes. I don't know. A lot of different stuff. I'm a jack of all trades. I like doing a lot of different stuff. If somebody would take the time to teach me something, I would totally sit there and just learn it. So, um, if you had a super, nope, nope, sorry, I went down to the next person. What is your favorite restaurant? Here we go. We're back on the right one. My favorite restaurant. Y'all are probably gonna laugh. Um, my first name is actually Jacob, Jakob. We had a little place that opened up a couple of years ago called Jacob's, and they do Greek food. Um, you know, so I really like anytime you can get other stuff besides like Mexican or Chinese, Asian, something like that, American. I usually like it. Um, Places that you can't get like stuff, and there might be only like one spot. It might be a little mom and pop's little diner that has something, um, you know, African food with like curry or whatever, different stuff like that. I really enjoy having the different varieties, and so um, euros and stuff like that. I mean, are just amazing. So, um, pineapple on the pizza, yes or no? That one, it depends. Um, I do like it with some stuff, but pineapple's not meant to go on everything. I will tell you that. But I have tried some weird things too. Added pineapple on weird pizzas. So a lot of different stuff with that we could go into with trying pineapple on a lot of different stuff, at least related to pizza. What is your favorite anime? Um, my favorite anime is probably Sekirei. Um, I really like the whole Tenchi Muyo feel to it. It's really fun and all that stuff. So, I mean, it does have some raunchiness that you probably don't always want to see, but I also like the whole thing. I saw a quote and I was like, that's it right there. Um, Somebody said that it was Sekirei was the Pokemon of the harem world or something. And I was like, that's true. Totally true. So, um, really good because they all have different powers and stuff. Um, let's see. Yes, he asked me 6 questions. So let me get our next person out of here. Luckily, you're not too far down. Let's see. There we go. There we go. Rorschach, like it. You have to let me know if you're a fan of Watchmen. So, first question, easy. Ketchup or mustard? Mustard. Um, a lot of people tell me I'm strange, but I only really like ketchup on my eggs. And, sometimes maybe with like French fries, but not really. So, um, yeah. I mean, mustard, I could probably put that on just about everything for some reason. Favorite manga villain. I mean, my favorite manga villain, I would probably have to say is from Bleach. Would be Aizen. Um, Basically, playing the whole time while you're reading the series as being one of the captains, and then finding out later on in a separate series that he's actually a bad guy was pretty good. I mean, I really like that. Because you didn't see it coming really. They didn't play him off as being that. It was probably like a last minute decision, but it was really good. So I like Eisen just for um, those reasons alone. Even though I know there's some other ones that are probably better at different things, but just the reason why it was played out that way. So if you had a superpower from a manga, which would it be? Um, well, first off, I got to know is does everybody have powers in the world or not? Is it just me? If it's just me, um, I don't know. Um, I don't know what would make stuff easier. Usually for this, like my go-to thing is if somebody has like random powers. I usually pick like something that can like just copy other people's powers. So, but if it's just one by itself, I mean, there's a lot of different stuff. Um, Probably immortality, maybe, just so I can like I don't know, read manga forever. Yeah, sounds like a plan, right? Any tips for newbie manga collectors? Um, yes. Make sure you keep a list of everything, keep up to date on everything. Make sure you don't buy doubles of anything. Um, you know, find out what you like. Um, Depending on how far in you have to um, dive into it. I would look first, um, because some series will be longer. Some series you won't be able to collect everything at once, but I mean, you can rotate. Um, so, I mean, really keeping up on everything if there's a series you want, how much it costs, um, make sure there's a low point, save money back for other ones that you want. A lot of different stuff like that. Just be conscious about it when you make purchases or whatever, and browse around. I tell people this all the time. Most of the time, I go into Barnes and Noble. I usually don't even. I'll look at manga, but I usually don't even pick it up because I know that I'm going to get it on Right Stuff cheaper. So, you know, and I usually get a deal on Right Stuff. So, all right, Flip. I will catch you later. Hopefully, I can wrestle you up a couple more subs. You and Junebug. So, um, catch you later. We might still be here. I mean, I'm only on page like 2. So, um, any series that you wish they released in the US? Yes. Um, there's quite a few, but the big one that I want is called Aries. They don't have it out yet, but I really do want that one. Aries is kind of a manga about war and stuff. I would say it's probably pretty close to like Vinland Saga and um, Vagabond. I had to think about it. They both start with V's. So, um, but I mean, you go in and um, kind of like whenever you saw Guts fight different people in Berserk. That's what this one is all the time. There's a character that comes out of the gate, knows how to use a spear really well, and kills all these different people. And then you have like Ares, which is like your main protagonist, walk up and kill him, for whatever reason, or different characters that are in it. I like, it gives you like a little bit of a backstory on each person, kind of like how they learned how to fight and stuff, and then this person being better than them for some reason. And then you also have, you know, your main characters that are better, or your kind of side main characters, which, I mean, one of them came at a loss because really liked his character, and I didn't know he was going to die off so fast. So, alrighty, Elios, I'll catch you later. Okay. Okay, let's there we go. See if we can get this again. There we go. Adjust computer. Mackenzie Barrow. If you guys haven't seen her channel, go definitely subscribe to her. She sings, and I mean, it's really cool. I heard some of her singing that she did, and I mean, it's all fantastic. So um, I don't know if she really does manga, but like I told you guys, anything extra that people do, I enjoy it. I try and watch videos on like everything. So, Mackenzie's though favorite anime, that was Sekiro. Least favorite anime, my least favorite anime so far that I watched. Probably like fighting Foodons. Um, a lot of those I felt like they were kind of a letdown because we didn't really get to the end of it. I was a little upset about that. Favorite anime character, Kakashi Itake, all the time. He'll be my number one. Least favorite anime character. I can't remember his name. It's the guy that played the guitar in Dead Man Wonderland. That guy was just annoying as crap. Yeah, so Deadman Wonderland was a lot better without that guy being there. Um, Favorite genre of anime? With this is probably like action, um, stuff like that. So it's all five of those questions. Um, let's see. Laura M. Okay. Alrighty. Favorite manga. Told you it was coming. My favorite manga is Suikoden 3. Really great. It was started out as a video game series. They originated it, which they did a lot of that with old Tokyo Pop stuff. This one actually finished though, but it has everything. I mean, everything that I wanted fantasy wise in a manga, short of bringing like having some kind of time thing happen and throwing a tank into it or something like that. I mean, it has dragons, giant flying insects, magic stones with elemental powers, clans from grasslands, lizard people, duck people, knights. Um, I mean, a lot of stuff. Wizards. I mean, I like the whole thing. Twins. It had a pair of twins that was part of the story too. I mean, there is just so much stuff um, that I like about Suikoden 3 that I just can't you know, I can't give up on it. I mean, it's so good. Hey, what's up, Tessa? Um, let's see. Do I collect anime? Not really. Usually, anime just gets given to me, and I'll keep it. Sometimes, if I find an anime that I really want to watch, I'll buy it. But usually, I try and stream it or find somewhere where I can do it. To have a girlfriend, um, yes, a fiance. Um, so DVD or Blu-ray, which do you prefer? DVD. It's cheaper. I feel like the quality doesn't change at all. Lies. Uh, do you collect anime figures? No, I just collect the pops. That's about it. Um, what's your favorite Japanese food? Um, my favorite Japanese food is probably like I don't know, probably like sushi. I mean, there's other stuff I want to try like takoyaki, okonomiyaki, stuff like that. So that's what we got. Let's see. Then we got Dankroni in there. What's up, RPX? Let's see. Dankroni, do you bring your manga places? If you do, how? Depends on where I'm going. Sometimes I'll just carry a couple volumes by hand, or I have like a little shuffle bag, that you just put like a beach bag kind of thing. Take that, or a little carry-on bag. Usually I can fit about 30 volumes in that. I'll carry it around, um, you know, and or I'll take like a suitcase. If depending on where I'm going, if I go see my dad in Tennessee, usually I will take that for like, you know, I'll take it that probably holds about 100 for 2 weeks. Let's see. Um, I've been collecting manga for um, probably almost 14 years. So so yep. Um, let's see. What's your thoughts on digital manga and do you use it? I don't. Everything I have is paperback. Um, first manga ever read. Toss up because I can't remember between Get Backers and a little manga that went on hiatus after Tokyo Pop closed down, called Ragnarok. So both of those. Let's see. What made me decide to collect manga seriously? Really collecting manga seriously. Um, I mean, I enjoy reading it. I enjoy the stories and everything. So, kind of had it forever. So, really easy thing to do. Um, yeah, you just kind of keep going with it. Um, I had a lot of manga before I even became a manga tuber. How much do you spend on manga? Um, roughly about every 2 weeks, probably about $100 a week, somewhere in there. You missed uh like five people's questions, RPX. So, let's see. Then we got Mad Boss Row. I had to go in and fix some of his questions though, because and Mad Boss kind of asked me about it because he speaks English, but he doesn't speak everything too well. So fix some of his. Um, how do you buy manga from sites if you live in like a different country, like in Europe? Um, as far as that goes, what I've heard is you can buy them all, and I guess have somebody hold on to them and then send it all at once. So, I mean, you got time for that. How much do you like One Piece? Um, One Piece is pretty good. I would probably say it's probably in my top 20 or so. Um, which do you think? Should you keep your manga in their box sets or display them on a shelf? As far as that goes, I would say displaying it on your shelf. I like to keep everything together. Um, I don't like keeping them in a box set, especially, um, you know, because then it's kind of like, you can't see everything, especially if it's in the box set. Um, so, all that stuff. How can you grow your YouTube with anime or manga? Really just keep at it. That's all you got to do. Um, you just keep at all your stuff, move forward with there, and keep going. I mean, we're in a pretty good community in our manga community. Um, that way you can, I mean, just, enjoy it, stuff like that. So, um, works out. Um, 70 volumes, an okay number of manga to have gotten after 7 months. Yes, 10 volumes a month is pretty good. Most people tell me they probably get about 2 to 3 volumes a week, usually, or something like that. So about two, 2.5. Um, so getting about 10 is pretty good since most of them go about 8. Let's see. Joe Black. That's my next person, new person coming into it. I don't know if you'll be able to see the pin on there or not. There we go. Kind of, sort of. Bam. All right. What manga has the best art in your opinion? Um, Probably The Girl from the Other Side. I really like that because it is more artsy looking than the anime style that we're traditionally used to having. It is really good with that. That's one thing that we always talk about. I haven't read Ubel Blatt yet. Need to. Getting there. Let's see. Let's see. Any manga you've been trying to find but couldn't get your hands on yet? Yes. Rave Master. Haven't been able to get that one yet. Looking forward to it. Need to get it. So, really good one. That's really good. It is because it's a big series. Um, hey, what's up, Crystal? Do you read other genres of books besides manga? Here and there. I mean, I am kind of a psychology major, so um, I have to read all that other stuff. Not only that, but I'm kind of a jack of all trades, liking a bunch of different stuff. So I usually try and sit there and actually like read different stuff. So you know, getting there. Almost done with my degree too. Um, how many pops do you currently own? Um, Around 165, 170, somewhere in there. Um, I don't think I have more than that yet. It's Diet Berserk. That's hilarious. Let's see. Any manga that you could see being a successful live action film in the future? Yes, anything that doesn't have extra in it. And what I mean by extra is anything that could be um, like Bleach, like a monster or something that they have to create. Um, which I would probably say monster would be a really good live action movie I would want to watch. Just because of all the psychological game and stuff that it is in there, I think it would turn out really good. So let's see. And we got this one next. Here we go. And this one's fairly easy. It's just 5 really simple questions. Coke or Dr. Pepper? Between the two, I would probably have to say Coke, but I actually like Pepsi. Butter or peanut butter? No. I'm not a big peanut butter fan, so I guess butter with cooking. Um, but that's about it. I don't really use either. Aries or Nubis, they know my dogs. I don't know. They both have good and bad points. So I don't know who to pick on that one, but um, depends on the time of if Anubis is being an escape artist. That dog, I'm just telling you guys. I mean, chains, fences, everything that dog's broken out of. And then Aries is kind of a little pig, so that's about it. Um, Water with ice or without. Um, Usually, I would say if it was cold without, ice kind of gets in the way if you're just trying to drink it down fast. So, and then salt or pepper. Pepper. It's kind of like the mustard ketchup question. Um, I really don't like salt at all. Just like ketchup, I really don't like that too much. But I'll have it on my eggs or something. So it's a lot of pepper. So let's see. I don't think he's on here anymore. But Evolve Knives asked a bunch of questions. I just don't like ketchup. um, when did you start your manga collection? I would probably have to say when I first got it back about 13 years ago, 13, 14, when I started buying it in middle school. He is here. There you go. Well, I'm glad that you're here. The numbers keep like jumping back and forth on there. So let's see. Do you regret investing in so much manga? Not really. I enjoy reading it all. I enjoy collecting it. It's really about it. I can't put more on there. Yes, mustard. Um, if you could live with only one manga, which one? Probably my favorite one still. It is really good. So Suikoden 3. Um, it's really good. Um, Worst manga you've ever read? God, there's going to be a lot. Worst one I ever read in general, I would probably have to say is and I'm only saying it because it's one that my brother gets onto me for all the time. Ekin. It's got fan service in it, but like it doesn't it doesn't make sense. I'll just tell you that. Think about like Bobo Bobo Bo with fan service everywhere in it. And not just like normal fan service, like I don't know, think about like 10 times that. It's weird. Um, so if you ever see that, just try and steer clear of it, I guess. Yes, Monster Hunter Flash Hunter. I have both of them, Monster Hunter Flash Hunter and Monster Hunter Origin. Um, let's see. Worst manga you've ever read. We did that one. How old am I? I just turned 27. So, what motivated you to start a YouTube channel dedicated to manga? Um, well, a lot of people don't know. I actually was at the like 36 to 3800 mile marker, somewhere in there. So probably like 37. I don't know. I can't remember that. But I was right there at it and was on Goodreads. And Danny D, another manga tuber, was like, I think you'd be really good at doing YouTube, all this other stuff. And so kind of started from there. I started back in March and, you know, just have been plugging away at it since then. So, now we're up to where we are now. And then everybody, for some reason, wants to call me a sage or something, I guess, because of how many they find out I have now. So, it's a lot of whatever. Um, does your collection take up more than one room? It does not. Besides the few that I have in my room to read currently, everything else is in there. So, um, if I'm starting a Mon collection, what are three things I should look out for? Um, Three things you should look out for are make sure you're getting it for the best price. If you can find it cheaper, then do so. I know I like mine to be in pretty good condition, so I don't like library editions. But I mean, if you're one of those people, then I would go for library editions. They're going to be a lot cheaper than anything else. So I would say that's number one. Number two, make sure you get them on deals. If you order anything and you have a discount, you're going to get it way cheaper in the long run, especially with that, you're going to be able to get more as well. I don't know how many things I've done where I've gotten a deal on Right Stuff or something like that and gotten a lot. So, um, and then the last one is, um, make sure it's something that you're going to like um, to add into your collection. I would say, sure, get other stuff in the future if you just want to try and increase your collection. At some point, though, you got to realize that you're going to have to read everything, or you're probably going to look down upon a little bit in the community here and there, um, because then it's just going to get seen as you bought the series to have the numbers, not because you wanted to read it or enjoy it or anything else like that. So. Um, What is your favorite genre? Right now, my favorite genre is is probably cooking. Just because um, I like that they give you the recipes and everything, and I like how they have built the story around so many of them perfectly that it's pretty good. Um, where would I start an American comic fan to get them into manga? Probably My Hero Academia because All Might started out as kind of like a basis off of Superman. Um, so, I mean, there is that. And then probably anything that's from Dark Horse. Dark Horse obviously is a big comic book provider. And I mean, I feel like they try and keep their manga more catered towards comic book fans too. What's up, Electric Gamer? Yeah, Bazaar, that's why I couldn't pick up the phone. I did mention you though. You gotta ask him, ask J. Let's see. Are you also into anime? Yes, here and there. Not as big as Bizarre Individual, but I do like different mangas or different animes and stuff. You know, I just recently bought the Digimon Tri Series because I haven't seen all of it. I have only seen the first one, so I found a bundle and got them all. Do you think that people are still too overly against manga and anime? Um, yes and no. You still have a lot of people that don't consider it to be a real hobby or something that can bring very many people together because they all see it as childish. Um, but I mean, RPX, for example, um, has a really good career and everything, and you know, is I would say an outstanding member of the community. I mean, everybody has some kind of different thing, different niche. It's not like everybody, um, is like somebody that stays at home in their mom's basement or anything like that. I mean, it's not true. There's more people that are probably more like businessmen, something like that along those lines that actually have a better job to actually stay in their hobbies. So, but it still gets looked down upon. Who is your best girl? I don't actually have one of those, but um, well, I still can't even think about it. I don't know who I would have as a best girl on anything like that. Um, so I'd have to get back to you with that. Okay, this one's like a scenario. Let's say I have $150. What manga should I buy and why? Um, with this, if you're trying to get more bang for your buck, I would probably stick to Shonen Jump titles. Get stuff out of there because you are going to get more bang for your buck unless you find a really good deal somewhere. Um, so I would say probably focus on some of those. Get a couple volumes a piece of a bunch of different series to try them out. If you haven't already read them or tried them out like on a scan or something, and move from there. So one shots or series get you a lot more invested. One shots are good, but if they're not omnibuses, then it doesn't really have a lot of room to breathe to get you into it and keep you into it. So Naruto or Bleach? Naruto. Um, Bleach got rocked off the tracks really hard. Um, is this list too long? No, I mean all the questions that you asked were really good. You were probably the only person that asked me a bunch of questions. That I was like, man, all these ones aren't questions that a lot of people try and ask. Because some of them I had duplicates, but it wasn't too much. It was like, what's your favorite one? That's usually the one that you get asked by almost everybody. So whenever people come up with huge lists and don't hit like hardly any of the main ones, the main questions and stuff, I find that awesome. Um, do you think manga and anime are going to become vastly more popular over the coming years, or will it die off? Um, it's going to vastly become more popular. I mean, it's a giant beast that's still going on. Younger generations are starting to get into it more, and well, you're pretty broad. You were good at that. But yeah, I mean, you totally can move forward with there. I mean, a lot of younger generations are starting to pick up manga. A bunch of my nephews and my little brother are starting to do that. A lot of my younger sister's friends, they're all around 12 and 13, 14, stuff like that. All are trying to get my little buttons I came out with because they try and be big supporters of me because of all the information I know from manga. So, I mean, there's so many people that I influence. Taking it from me and looking at everybody else and people that you can influence, and people that are going to pick it up normally, I don't think that we're ever going to have a decline in popularity with manga. Have you ever tried to make a few pages of your own manga? Yes. Um, Probably about five. I got everything written down for premises and all the other stuff, and I kind of lost part of it in an app. It won't update anymore, so I can't get stuff off of it. So it's kind of locked in my head. But I still have some of them that are really good premises that hopefully I'll be able to move on and continue forward with those. So, um, let's see. If I wanted to preserve a manga collection, what are some tips? Um, Preserving a manga collection, um, I would say try and keep part of it out of the sun. Um, a lot of people try and have said don't do that, but I mean, it's all controversial. Um, with that, um, but for a fact, I mean, the heat from the sun does ruin the glue that's on the pages of the book. So it can ruin it that way. The sun fades your stuff a lot. Also oxidizes your pages faster, so they yellow. So probably the best thing would be keeping them in a dark room with the curtains closed. Um, Different stuff like that. Kind of like I don't know, like case files or whatever, or old books at a library that they're trying to preserve, where they keep them in like the dark basement or something, stuff like that. So, um, and does more than five questions improve my odds? Um, I would like to tell you yes, but it doesn't because I only did one thing for everybody, and I mean other people asked a bunch of questions too, but I was kind of like, you know, so maybe on another one I'll have to do that for every like questions. I'll put an extra name thing in there for you to draw. But as far as this one, since I didn't have the rules already set for it that way, I can't really change it up because then nobody would have a opportunity to do more to it. So, um, our next guy up is actually one of our other big people. If it'll pull up, it's Otaku Mike. And I'm just going to tell you guys now between, well, I'll put the rest of these in there. This one is our good friend, if he's still in the comments, Bizarre Individual, and Amaskio J. We'll put both of those in there too. I think every time I ask questions, I asked them like three different times, and Otaku Mike was on every one of them. Bizarre got two of them, and Amaskio J got two of them. So it's kind of funny how much people like really like stayed on trying to do that, especially people that have been around for a while. So it's pretty funny. Some of the questions though were duplicates on their stuff, so I had to kind of like go through and weed out if it was the same question or not. So, um, stuff like that. Do you read comic books? Yes, if it interests me. A lot of the time, no. There's only been two series that I've really gotten into, like hardcore, buying them and enjoying them, and then turning around and give them to my brother. But I do have a like Marvel subscription where I can buy like a comic for like $2, or like the whole comic series for like five or something. And if I want to, then I'll get it and I'll read it that way. But I mean, that's really about it. What is your favorite manga? Suikoden 3. I guess I didn't roll too many of these out. How's your day? My day is pretty good so far. I do have some more videos to do, Probably be later on, but you know. What's your least favorite manga series? We said that one too. Ekin. Do you collect anime? Um, no. Um, it's the ones I like if I feel like it. How many tattoos do you have? I have about 7 because they're like little clusters. Some of them go together, so it's kind of weird to count them, but they're not like right up against each other as like one thing. So I don't always say that together, but yeah. What is your favorite and least favorite genres? Um, my favorite genre, like I said, is probably like psychology, dungeon crawly ones. My least favorite, um, I don't know. That's a good question. Probably like weird ones that I probably have read like one book about or something like that. Um, I don't know. It's really weird. How do you? Oh yeah, I knew this one was coming. So, Junebug, you'll probably catch this one pretty funny too, since you've been here the whole time. How do you deal with trolls? Have you ever run into any on your YouTube journey so far? Um, yes. Today, actually, if you look in the live chat comments, you'll probably see him about halfway down at some point. So, um, yeah, it was kind of funny because I was like, I've only had one person get on there before, and my brother actually had to tell me what it was. Like a person that's named after a character in a show or something, and um, somebody will sit there and get on and basically be like playing out stuff that the character would say. I had one person do that once, but it was like they said one thing and then they disappeared. So not sure what that was supposed to accomplish, but I mean, today we had a lot of stuff that happened earlier, like a lot of crazy stuff. Um, so, but you know, trolls are. How do I deal with trolls? Same way you deal with trolls in D&D and stuff. Kill them off. I mean, what else are they gonna do? They can't do crap. And obviously, if they have to do that to make themselves feel better, obviously there's something fucked up in their head to make them want to do that anyway, especially when they have, you know, time that they could be doing something else, playing a video game, reading manga, or something like that. But, ignoring them usually works because obviously they're not here anymore. But, you know, maybe me and Bizarro have to go track them down and beat the crap out of them. Sorry. You shouldn't have picked today to get on and try something stupid like that. Huh? So, yeah, I mean, I really don't care. If we weren't doing this live stream or whatever, and it wasn't like a free live stream where I could just do whatever instead of answering you guys' questions, totally get into it with them. But, um, you know, obviously not today. Um, so yeah, earlier on this live stream, so there's probably about 5 of them, I would say. Let's see. And Otaku Mike's got one more question on there. Do you have any other hobbies? Yes. I collect pops with Bazaar. So that's about it. That's my only other hobby. See, look, if you were watching the comments, you would know because Bazaar just said that too. Um, Okay, so now I'm on a Maskio J. Were you ever a lumberjack? I've never been a lumberjack. My beard has never been long enough to be considered a lumberjack. Um, Usually, I get to the point where I start like trying to like I don't know like playing with it, and I'll pull like a hair out or something. Then it's all downhill from there. So I usually have to shave it off after that point, or at least like go down to like a 5 o'clock shadow or something like that. Um, God, I forgot this question was in here. Oh no. So I'm gonna feel a little embarrassed about reading this one to you guys, but just stick with me. If Amaskio J was here, I could get some encouragement. But Amaskio J's second question is: do the mangoes talk to you at night, asking if you want to do the tango that mango? No, I don't have citrus fruit that talk to me at night, asking me if I want to shake it. Um, what was the best new manga title of 2018 for you? The best manga title of 2018 for me was Otherworldly Isekai Nobu, which is I just put a video out on it yesterday. When I was writing these down, I thought it was really funny that I got to that. The worst new title that I got in 2018. I don't know. I don't really think I got a bad title in 2018. If it was something like that, I would probably say it was like one of the little 4 volume series where the person was into it and they like you could tell you're enjoying the story, you're reading it, and they probably do like the first two. It's really good, and then the last 2 books, you can tell they just sped up because it was like you knew that it was going to take the book somewhere between. I mean, just reading, you can kind of tell that like this book could go on 7 volumes or so. It like jumped. It jumps so fast, like everything's like bang bang bang. That was the publisher hurrying them up. Um, so that's probably I don't know which series I would have had that did that, but something like that. That's usually the ones I enjoyed in the beginning and I hated at the end. Who's your favorite Ajin character? Um, my favorite Ajin character is probably Seto or Sato, the main guy that's just crazy and comes up with all the plans. He's an evil guy. I have my half Kakujin guy thingy coming in, I think Friday. So super excited about that. I think I have 5 more, and I have 5 more, maybe 6 more coming in. So this weekend, if the other one, my mom ordered me one. If that one comes in, it's Cat Dog. If it comes in, then I'm probably going to do a whole um, pop collection video. So hopefully soon we'll be able to do that. Trying to make sure that I have everything in before I do something like that. Let's see. Would you rather be an Algin character, or would you rather have an Algin or be a ghoul? Probably an Algin. Um, Algins, still can eat normal and all that other stuff. A ghoul, usually just has to eat people's flesh. So I think it would be easier to hide that you're an Algin. You would just avoid death over, whatever. So, favorite non manga YouTubers. Um, usually people that do like board games, or other stuff. There's a guy that I really like. He's an anime guy still, but what he does is he does like science experiments and stuff. And what he'll do is he'll sit there and he'll take something from an anime and he'll actually make it where it would be something that somebody could do. Um, you know, he there was something that they made an ice sword for. He tried to make a sword out of like blood and wood stock and everything. Turned out to be like a total fail because he hit it against whatever he was trying to cut, which I think was a watermelon. And they cut the watermelon because it just like busted it with blunt force, but it broke the sword as well. He used like pig's blood and some other stuff to do it, so it was really weird. But I mean, they've done an ice sword. You know, he's made a hand flamethrower. Um, some other stuff like really cool stuff. A Rasengan, all like little power things that you could do. He attempts to make it. So it's really cool. I think the last video I watched from him was they did it on a manhole cover. He made a Thor's hammer with a magnet inside of it where it was stuck down on the manhole cover, and he asked all these different people to walk up, and he had like a garage door opener thing where he could click it and it would turn the light off and stop the magnet, so like somebody could come up, and he would do that for like the kids and some of the girls and whatnot, where they could walk up and just pick it up. And then on the guys he would turn it back on where they basically had to pick up that and the manhole cover. So if they're not, I don't know, able to bench press like over 200 pounds or something, um, then they wouldn't be able to do it. You know, not only that, but your body is standing on the manhole cover, so it wouldn't help. And there was one guy that did it, and he wasn't on the manhole cover when he pulled it, and it came right off. Um, but you know, he was just picking up the manhole cover, so it was pretty cool. They did that at a convention, so that would be a really cool guy to meet. I can't remember his name right now to tell you guys to go subscribe to him or whatever. Um, if you could be any manga villain, who would you be? A manga villain that survived. Maybe one that saw the error of my ways and changed. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Someone. Let's see. And then who would you put in your death note? I would probably give the death note to Bazaar and let him find out those trolls. I mean, there wouldn't be anything. I wouldn't add anything to it. So villains can survive. I mean, just look at like Captain Hook and everybody. They come back all the time. Or the Joker. I mean, when has he ever died? Um, all right, so now we're on to Bizarre Individuals questions. And I'm pretty sure Bizarre's my last person that asked me questions. Um, oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot your first 5 questions were weird. Why did you steal my idea? Um, I asked people for 5 questions based off of something that he did. So I don't consider stealing your idea. I mean, you know, I just wanted to change it up from um, being something like, oh, here's, I'm just doing a giveaway, to actually having to do something for it. So, which, stay tuned. I'm going to have to make another video for it, but we will have something next year. Well, this year, where I'm going to throw out clues. I don't know if I'm going to do it every week or every 2 weeks or every month, but something like that. And it's going to be a year-long thing for a prize, and it's going to be stuff based off of videos, new and old. So if you're not fluent in everything that's basically Jen Graves, you know, you won't do it, win the prize or whatever, like my favorite TV show or um, something like that, or what was one of the things I did in one of my last like giveaways or something like that. It'll all be stuff that you'll be able to find out or something like that based off of my old videos and then get a really good prize at the end. But I have to figure out that prize. So, um, why can't you come out with your own ideas? I mean, that was kind of my own idea. Some other stuff is too. Um, I don't know. Most of the time, you can't pick another idea because everything, you know, just like they said about exploring, everything's already been seen. So you either have to go to outer space or go to the bottom of the sea. You know, everything else that's on land wise has already been seen. So there's nothing else you can add to it. Why did you let your dogs eat my pop boxes? We were out. Somebody forgot to put the gate back in front of the door. They got in there. That was it. So I didn't let them do nothing. But we are on my last person for my giveaway, Otaku Mike. And after I get done doing Bizarre Individuals questions, we're gonna shake up this tin and pull out some winners. So, let's see. Why didn't you take me to the pizza place instead of making me eat McDonald's the whole time? I forgot your questions were pretty stupid, but when he came down to see me, we were gonna go to this place that was like a pizza buffet place, but it was like kind of gourmet-ish. They made like 20 different kinds of their own pizza. Um, and we ended up not getting to go because it was just so much to do, pop hunting and all that. And we went to McDonald's once because Bazaar wanted to, and then the second time he asked again. So it's kind of like we like went so many times to McDonald's that it just, I mean, at least once a day. So, um, but it was just the time. We didn't really have that much time between pop hunting and doing the extra stuff to actually be able to go do anything because I thought Bizarre was going to stay an extra day. And, then he got down here and told me it was just the weekend. So there wasn't really like too much that we could do in that time frame, short of because we were trying to go through the manga collection and actually make it look good and not be sporadic and stuff and all over the place. So, but I mean, next time we've already done that. So we can kind of cover that time with something else. All right. What do I even, or why do I even talk to you? I don't, I don't know. Is it because I'm cute? Is it bizarre individual? Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm smart. A lot of people like just my belief system and stuff, and what I think about our community and all that. A lot of people just like jumping in and supporting me on all that. I mean, new ideas I come up with, any different things like that. A lot of people jump on and try and support me in that way and all that. So I would assume that you would be kind of the same way, bizarre individual. Just saying. Um, how much do you normally spend on pops? I think probably about like $9 to $10 on average on a pop, somewhere in there. I don't know, but I mean, we do have that. Hopefully, I'll get all the pops by Friday, so I can do that whole pop video. I'm about up to like 65, 70, or 165, 170, somewhere in there. So, um, but I mean, I'm getting really close. I need to find some of these other anime ones like cheaper. Have somebody send it to me. That'd be nice too. Um, maybe a fan. How much was your biggest spending month on manga? I don't know if everybody does it in other countries, but when we get income tax back, I got like a bunch back from school one time, and I think I spent like $800. It was a dirty pleasure. I'm sorry. Part of it was stuff that I was just trying to update my collection with because I'd already read it before. So, um, when are you coming up to see me? I don't know, but hopefully at some point. Um, you know, I'll probably go see everybody. Whenever we're talking, Mike's like, "Hey man, come up. We can do some videos." Yeah, I mean, just everybody. Whenever you can find out where they are and how close they live to you and stuff, that's why I do a lot of videos with my brother because I'm like, you're just right down the street. There you go. I'm in Arkansas. Stumps is in Oklahoma. We can just totally all meet in the center. If you could only recommend one manga for me to read, what would it be and why? For Bizarre Individual. My favorite one. I mean, you already talked about trying to get it, but Right Stuff just doesn't have the seventh one, so you know you're gonna have to figure that out somehow. I mean, I can't do anything else about it. So, but I mean, I would highly recommend that one. It's my number one and has been my number one for I don't know over 10 years. So, I mean, that's probably why. Yeah, rerun's been summoned. Right, 2 hour span, guys. I don't know how many people watch this. Um, it's a lot. I mean, I just got done with the questions though, so that's really good. um, but like I said earlier, I'll retell you guys. I'm going to do another video on it. For 2019, I'm probably going to do a question thing. I'm going to put questions out like every month. Maybe every week, something, just a couple. So there will be more the longer that I wait, and then um, going through it, you'll get so many that you can answer correct and wrong, and that will take you out of the running um, or whatever. But almost doing like a year long giveaway, but it's you answering questions that I give you based off of my videos, things I've said before, different stuff like that. So hopefully it'll be kind of a fun game to um, have next year or this year, going forward. So yeah, thanks. I was totally like got that 350. Totally excited. I got to do another thing. Like I said before, at every 100.00, I usually do a Q&A. At every 50 spot, though, I usually give you guys something that is in my life that I have in some form or manner. Last time it was my tattoos and stuff. This time it's my dogs, names, all that other stuff. Why I named them the way I did, and different stuff like that. So, um, but yes, but I mean, it was funny. You guys missed it though. We did have like a troll alert where there was a bunch. Otaku Mike asked me a question about trolls and if I'd ever had any, and I have to say that I hadn't had really anybody do anything. Um, I had one that I guess you could consider a troll, and they were there they dropped one comment and then left. Um, and then Today, for some reason, we had like 5, and they all got on, and just yeah, it was weird. So mixing these up real quick. I'm gonna put them back in there, shuffle them up, and go from there. Got to pick 2 out. Probably give them at least like a week to get back to me, unless they were already here. And you know, that way I can kind of cater my giveaway boxes a little more to whoever's getting it. Oh man, they probably weren't even part of our community, so trying to reshuffle these in the thing. Real good. So the first one I got was, which is kind of funny. I actually know this person. So, well, it's Trolls. Look, Elios is back again. And then I'm going to pull these out and reshuffle these one more time in my hand so that we can do the second drawing. Because I can't shuffle them in that can very well. I just kind of like push them around and move around in there. Right? Well, yeah, I guess goblins, yeah. There we go. Let's change the name. They won't be trolls, they'll be goblins. I mean, you know, because goblins are doomed to get killed fast. Oops. Wrong side of the can. Guys, this one's pretty funny. Only for one reason. And Junebug knows why, because I brought it up earlier. Christ almighty. I told everybody earlier that if Amaskio J didn't win one, that I was going to have to make sure to see if I can bargain with the person on the variant cover of Ajin. And long and behold, Amaskio J is one of our winners. So Amaskio J. So Amaskio J is one of our winners, guys. Oh man, any of it. So, which is funny, yeah. Otaku Mike, because you just won one of Amaskio J's things. So it's like the circle of life, because I won Elios's thing, and then who did Bizarre won yours? That's right. It's pretty funny. Now, anyway, so I talked about it earlier too. This is the funny thing about this, because my I don't know if I can get it to pull up on there. This one is actually one of my nephews that follows me like religiously, and popped on like last minute because I told him that I was going to do a drawing soon, and he was like, you know, I really want. He goes, can you rig it? And I go, no. I was like, I'm not one of those people that Riggs. I said, maybe like get your mom on there and like, so you got more chances to win because he's got two brothers and a sister too. I was like, you can do that. You can have multiple entries with multiple accounts and stuff. But yeah, so it was really funny that my nephew won one and that Amaskio J won one. So, um, yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. That's really weird. But the other thing I'm going to do too, guys, is I'm going to pull these out too. I don't think they will, but I'm going to draw two more people out of here. If for whatever reason Amaskio J doesn't get with me in a week or my nephew doesn't get with me in a week, then I'm going to basically take them out of it, and then one of these other two people are going to get it. So I'm going to do two just in case. Um, and then that's right. Elios was Bizarre's giveaway. And so the first one that I pull out of here will be the person that gets it first. If one of these two people basically lets their package go, then the first person I pull out of here will be the number one person to get it. And then the other one, if both of them don't do anything, then three. I really don't think we'd have more than that, but because, like, let's say one of them, Maskio J, doesn't claim it, and then number one after a week doesn't claim it, then my number two person will claim it. So the two, wow, that's weird too. The two that we pulled out are Bizarre Individual and Night Dweller. So if somebody doesn't do anything, then it'll go to Bizarre first and then Night Dweller second. But yeah, guys, really good questions. Really good stuff. Hopefully, both of them will make sure that they get back with me soon, and I can kind of, go from there so I can cater the stuff to them. It'll be really funny because it'll just be like a road trip to deliver one of the packages. So, but yeah, so we next year, well, I keep saying next year, this year, though, we will have all that other stuff. So the more familiar you are with Jen Graves, wink, the more you will have stuff. So if I ask a question like, what is one of my favorite TV shows, that, one of my favorite, cartoons on Netflix, Troll Hunter. um, it'll be stuff like that. And it'll be stuff that I've mentioned before on one of my videos here or there. Or something that was in the background or something like that. If not, then it'll be something that I bring up in a video and I'll just leave it there for you to find. So some of the other stuff, if you, for people that have watched it longer, hopefully you haven't forgotten anything or you can go back and watch it. But I'll give you some time to go in and view some of the other videos and do that and basically see what you want to, what you can answer and what you can't. It'll be like I'll ask two questions and it won't be like a big deal, but I'll do like one at the month where I'll ask like maybe 10 questions. And as long as you get like 6 of them correct, then I'll let you move forward on the whole thing, or whatever. Or, because it's just kind of rolling around, I will leave it up and do like a point system and, harder questions and I'll let you guys know that they're harder questions. Will be worth more points. So if there's ones that you want to really focus on those, like questions that were asked here, or who was my 245th, subscriber or whatever, leave it up to that. That one would probably be like 1 point, because not everybody would know that, unless they wanted to just give it out. Um, stuff that's not common knowledge wouldn't be worth as much as stuff that should be common knowledge. But finding it might be a little harder. So we will put all that out there for you guys for sure. So right. Well, thanks for being here, Junebug. I'm gonna continue to try and shout you out at least till we can get you 100 subscribers. Uh, Rerun Ransom, I need to give him a couple shout outs. Even though he is at 100, and then Flip Otaku, um, you know, got to give him some. So, oh, I thought Stumps hit 100 already though. He hasn't yet. I have to include him on the list then. Trying to make that's kind of my thing that I try and guarantee to everybody in our community. We try to at least get you 100 subs. That way, we're all there. After that, it's kind of what you want to do with your channel, stuff like that. But thanks for being on here, guys. I will let you guys know later on after both these guys get in contact with me and see what we cater to it, and all that other stuff to show you guys kind of what's in those boxes. So anyway, though, thanks for being part of this. Catch you guys later. Jen Graves signing out. Bye.